What's up, guys? We are Sight After Dark out of Brooklyn, New York. I'm C for Graffiti.
I'm Dan Berg.
Check out our latest music and check us out reacting to Raju by John McLaughlin. And this was suggested by our patron, Paul Fenwick. Shout out to you, Paul. Guys, be like Paul. Head on over to our Patreon and subscribe for as little as $1 a month to get in on all our content and content decisions. Thumbs up if you like it.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah, I think that was really
I don't even know what to talk about first.
I know. I want to look at who's playing what. What do you talk about? I love that drum had a solo because I was like, who was it that was drumming one day and was like, you know what? Just the surface of the drum isn't enough. I need a little dip in the drum with another kind of surface so that my fingers can add to the flavor of the sound, right?
Good point.
Yeah, and I love the way that guy, like, towards the end was hitting. I'm going to go back to from the end to the beginning. And, like, I love the guy that was, like, hitting when they had this little, like, back and forth. I was wondering where the bass was coming from, but it was coming from the drum with the flavor and stuff. And, like, you know, it's just crazy what the fingers can do. That's what's crazy. You know what I mean? They're like the worker bees of the human body. Like,
with enough practice and discipline,
right?
You can do anything.
You know what I'm saying? Like, homeboy was like, it was like this side of his finger, this part of his finger, like all of that was making the sounds. I remember when I first kind of discovered that playing a drum, that your fingers can actually do that. That was the coolest thing ever. And so, like, master is the best. When I was growing up, I wasn't really a fan of, and I know this is not necessarily it, scatting in jazz. You know, sweet
Yeah.
Kill me, please. Like, that's how I used to feel, like, when I was younger, so I didn't really appreciate it. And then I as I got older, because my stepfather's into jazz, and my cousin's grandmother, who I lived in with while I was in college, was into jazz big time. So, like, when the guy started doing that to this style of music, I feel like I found my scat. Like, I feel like I found the scat that I like. You know what I mean?
Well, but scatting is mostly improvised, right? Or no?
I'm not a scat connoisseur, so I don't really know, like, what the deal is. It may be an improvisational thing, but you do know, like, what
you have an idea
time signature you're gonna be at. Like, it's I forgot how they put it. But yeah.
I don't know. I always thought of that as more improvised, whereas this, it's like they clearly had all of this planned out way beforehand.
Yeah, but they have, like, scat albums.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I don't really know much about that either. So I don't know. I'm just talking bullshit, I guess. But the thing that was crazy about that part you said is because, you know, they all had their solos and they were all jamming out, and it's easy to just think they're just jamming. And then they come in with like that, and you're saying, and they're all completely synced up. So it's like, oh, this didn't just happen. Like, they had been practicing this. Everything is completely in sync. And the singer, Vidwan, he literally, what up? You know what I mean? He had the whole thing that everybody already knew, and even the drummer would be like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody was on the same page. I thought that was really impressive, especially for a 15-minute piece.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I mean, the strings, the tones of the strings were so cool. That was dope. I liked how grassroots it was, because everybody was, like, sitting on the floor and stuff. But it still had a way of not sounding like too like, you know, gosh, I don't have a good word, but too tribal. Like, it sounded like they looked tribal, but it sounded so sophisticated, and it was like instruments that are like tens of thousands of years old. Like, you know, and that was the cool part about it. Like, I felt like them playing those instruments that have been kind of deemed more tribal, like, I felt like I was walking into, like, a royal court, like, listening to, you know what I'm saying? It felt like regal, like, and that was kind of cool. I like that. But yeah, voice, strings, and of course our wonderful fingers. That was the great. None of this was boring at all. Yeah,
well, I thought it was really entertaining how it seemed like they were all just trying to impress each other.
Yeah, that was cool.
Like, they were all just looking at each other the whole time, like, oh, how about this? How about this? You know what I mean? And speaking of fingers, so let's talk about John for a second. So he was playing the craziest guitar lines. He was looking at everybody else more than he was looking at his own instrument.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was so wild. He just playing these crazy, like, I don't know what scales those were. I don't know. I couldn't analyze the guitar lines that he was playing at all, but he's just playing it perfectly. He's just, you know what I mean? It's just nothing to him. It's literally nothing to him.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So that was crazy. And just seeing, you know, the respect that they all had for each other while they're doing it, and just the fun that they had while they were all doing it, it was just really great to see. So, I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's so much that happened. Like, do you have anything else you want to add?
No. Like, it was big. Like, it was a big production, even though it looked very simple and small. It's like those instruments are so intricate, and you really do have to master them. It's not just like, a regular drum because you bang on. You have to hold your hands a certain way, and like all the frets and stuff.
Lots
on
of
that.
technique.
Yeah, like all that stuff. Like, so, like, yeah.
Yeah, so big shout out to John, Gino, Sheldon, Ojos, and the 3 Vidwans. They all killed it. Shout out to Paul for suggesting this. We appreciate you. Big shout out to everybody on Patreon. Your support's helping to make all of these videos possible. Huge shout out to everyone watching on YouTube. We're S.A.D After Dark, and we'll see you soon.